What's up, everyone? This is Christian G from StrengthAddicts.com. Today I want to talk about a company called Iron Mag Labs. I'm sure you've heard of them. They have great supplements. We worked together about 3 to 4 years ago. One of my greatest sponsors, one of my first sponsor actually, and always a lot of support from Robert and Gina DiMaggio. Always had a lot of products to give out. My gosh, I would do interviews in Brighton, Howell, Grand Rapids. Sometimes I'd go into Ohio and I'd always have supplements to give to my guests, and I'd always have supplements to give to people to try. And it was just a great working experience. Later on, of course, I had a falling out with Aaron Singerman. You guys know the whole story, the made-up phone call, this and that. And Robert DiMaggio was put in the middle. Of course, I knew he was going to pick Aaron because, Aaron was bringing in just a gigantic amount of money in. Aaron is a much bigger face than I am in the fitness industry. I mean, there's no comparison. And, we parted ways. But it's something I've always felt bad about because, again, Iron Mag Labs gave me a great opportunity. Robert was always a great friend, and I turned my back on all that because I felt very hurt by what Aaron had done to me. And now, I've been able to reach across to Robert, talk to him a little bit on Facebook, and I see that he's doing really good business. He's got his company better than ever, but yet, there's still haters out there. Now, I'm not going to say that Matt Mainrod from Project Bodybuilding is a hater because I don't know Matt. I've got nothing against Matt, but I will say that I have heard things about him, like, for example, Dave Palumbo says that Project Bodybuilding, its sole purpose is to talk about RxMuscle.com. And I go on Project Bodybuilding's forums, and it happens to be that RxMuscle.com does take up a large portion of what they talk about. In terms of Robert DiMaggio, the reason I'm making this video is A, to celebrate the fact that we're talking again, to B, thank him for everything that he and his wife did for me 3-4 years ago with their sponsorships and with their support and with their advice. 3, to sort of clear the air about something that Matt Mainrod is saying on ProjectBodybuilding.com. Now, what I'm talking about is on their forums. They have a title, which I think is a little misleading, or very misleading. And the title is IML to Back Inspire. Now, Inspire is Lee Thompson's breakaway organization, which for a very short period of time was known as the NPC Global, and now is known as Inspire Sports League. It's a federation that is very new, and it's making a lot of big promises. Now, whether or not they can keep them or not is none of my business. Of course, we know that there already have been people that went over there and thought it was a big mistake and are trying to come back, like Logan Franklin. But I think that when you put out a title like that, I think that it will hurt a business more than help it. Now, for those of you out there that think that, the NPC IFBB is like this, secret organization where if you leave them, they're going to come after you and hurt you and this and that, this is bullshit. This is not the truth. There is no political corruption. There is no conspiracies or anything like that. But I do think that it is misleading to say that a company has, quote unquote, left the NPC and gone elsewhere, because I don't think that that's accurate. Iron Mag Labs still has 3 NPC IFBB athletes that they're very proud of, that they're backing 110%. Now, if a company truly left the NPC and IFBB, they would certainly either drop their NPC IFBB athletes or encourage those athletes to leave the NPC IFBB and go to whatever federation is being talked about. Now, what Matt wrote, quote, just got wind that Iron Mag Labs will be throwing their hat, parens, and advertising dollars and parens out of the NPC IFBB and into the Inspire Sports League. Another brilliant move by the Master Blaster, end quote. So again, this is something that Robert DiMaggio vehemently denies, wants to reiterate his commitment to the 3 NPC IFBB athletes that he has, and also wants to reiterate the fact that he is still very much open to advertising in either federation. So it's important to really sort of make that your take-home message. And again, whenever a journalist says, just got wind that, I always have an issue with that, you know what I mean? Because yes, you can write an article with an anonymous source, but to me, it smells of impropriety. It smells of dishonesty to say just got wind. I mean, I just heard something on the grapevine. Somebody told me, or I heard something from someone that heard something from someone. It doesn't really sort of, give off that spirit of credibility, give off that spirit of journalistic integrity. So again, I'm not calling Matt Mainrod a liar. I'm simply stating that I spoke with Robert DiMaggio, and he does not agree with Matt Mainrod's sort of assessment of the current day-to-day status of Iron Mag Labs. Now, Robert did say to me, though, that Matt seems to have some sort of fascination with him in that he talks about Robert a lot, writes articles about Robert, and that right there is a little unusual. I mean, even when Robert and I were not getting along, I was not writing articles about him or anything like that. But again, I'm not here to judge Matt, and hopefully nobody will judge me. But I just thought that, that thread, and that thread is getting a lot of hits. It's getting a lot of hits. It's getting a lot of responses, and I think it could actually hurt Iron Mag Labs. And if it's not true, then I got to call Matt out on it.